Mad at the world. We're back, baby. As you can see, I'm in a new setup. If you've been watching for years now, if not, welcome. My name's Dean Gonzalez. I'm your host of this wonderful, very consistent, funny podcast. Yeah, man, I got the new setup now, looking like a Fortnite streamer. Let's get it. Sign up to my Kick or Reddit or whatever the streamers play. I don't know, Rumble or whatever. Yeah, I'm here, still in LA. Moved to a new spot in Hollywood. Very happy here. I'm just kicking it. If you are in the Florida area, I will be in Fort Lauderdale Improv hosting for Russell Peters on June 4th through the 7th. Pull up to that. Tickets should be available. One of those shows. And then I'll be at the Miami Improv on June 11th hosting for my boy CP. If you haven't seen CP, you got to see him. You got to see us, period. We're going to be them boys on deck. You know, the next wave of future legendary comedians, baby. That's us. And you're gonna say, man, I was watching that guy when he had 50 to 100 views on his YouTube. I don't know. I don't give a shit. Who cares? Anyways, if you're gonna be in the Florida area, get your tickets. I'm gonna be out there. It's always nice to go back home to Miami and visit the fam and get the food and recharge the vibes at the beach and all this other stuff. You know, and get a little bit of allergy medication, right? Even though I stopped that a while ago. But, you know, when in Rome, baby, when in Rome, all right? You know, if I was in, I don't know, if I went to Maine or something, I'd get a bunch of crab legs or whatever. So you gotta do what the Romans do when you're in Rome, all right? So other than that, then on June 17th, I'll be in St. Louis hosting for my boy Akash Singh. We're going to be at the Helium all weekend. Get your tickets for that, the 17th through the 20th. Anyways, what's been going on, man? How y'all been? How y'all feeling? How are y'all hanging in there in these crazy times when the gas is almost $7 a gallon here in the lovely state of California or wherever you're at? You know, the gas has been high. How you holding up? You good? Developed any new addictions, any new habits, any new vices? Has some of your vices gotten stronger because of how crazy things have been going? I don't know. Mine has a little bit as far as anxiety, right? And sexiness. Look at this. Oh my goodness, huh? Yeah. No, it's been crazy, man. It's been just a game of maintaining and as far as finances and mental health, because that's what it's really about. You got to try to keep yourself at a 7 out of 10 mentally in order to just maneuver through all this craziness going on in the world, right? A 7 is actually pretty good. A steady 7 is actually fair. It's a good, steady stream of just stability for yourself in order to go ahead and maintain, right? And then every once in a while, you might hit a 9 based on whatever you're doing. And then it feels even better because you've been at a 7 this whole time, you know. But try to stay away from the 6 and 5s, because that's when it starts getting dicey and you start losing focus and start getting lousy and lazy and all this other stuff, you know. Like that black actress Jennifer Lewis always says. I don't know why it sticks in my head so much, but what did she say? The lady who talks, she talks like this, honey. If you sit in shit long enough, it stops smelling. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's literally a core memory in my head that I replay often. When you sit in shit long enough, it stops smelling. Mm-hmm. That's right, honey. And I say it in her voice. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, try not to be in a 5. Um, but other than that, man, everything's been good. Can't complain. Nice little setup here. I'm gonna try some new stuff here for this time around with the new setup and podcast, and it's reaction videos, man. Because honestly, there's so many things going on in the comedy world that is trying to shift and police comedy that is unacceptable, baby. That's what I love about comedy. That no matter how much you try to implant a seed or a comedian to try to go ahead and become famous, and they have a big machine behind them, You can't fake funny, and you can't teach funny, and you especially cannot give someone the willpower to withstand sucking at comedy for too long. Yeah, you could go up there and bomb a little bit here and there, but if you just don't got it and you keep bombing and bombing and bombing and bombing, eventually you're gonna not want to be hated by strangers for 10 minutes every night. That you're gonna quit and you're gonna be like, hey guys, use me for something else. Put me in PR or something. Put me in. I don't know. That's what I love about comedy. So with that being said, everyone's still talking about this Kevin Hart roast. What is going on here? Why are we still talking about this George Floyd joke that Tony Hinchcliffe mentioned in the end of his set? It's ridiculous. It's done. He's not racist. If that's the whole thing, that he's racist or that Kevin should have stood up against it, no, it's a roast. Kevin did exactly what he was supposed to do. He fusioned the heavy hitter black comedians with the heavy hitter white comedians, and they all had it out with each other. They all went full throttle on offending each other. That's just the way a roast is. Everybody wants to say Tony Hinchcliffe is racist. No, he's not. As a matter of fact, no one's done more for comedy as far as diversity than the Kill Tony show. He's put on white guys, black guys, retarded guys, disabled girls, all type of Europeans. One of the black guys is on SNL right now. I don't want to hear it. I remember when Hinchcliffe did the Trump rally. It said that thing about Puerto Rico being a garbage island or some stuff. I didn't care either. You know why? Because you didn't even hear the whole joke. You didn't hear the context. You didn't know the news about Puerto Rico stuffing trash on one of their parts of the island. You didn't want to hear that. And it was crazy because I reposted that on my story, and then I had a Corsa Karen reply to the story like, you thought this was funny? Getting upset about a Puerto Rican joke for me as a Puerto Rican. I have a trick for you. Fucking ridiculous, man. I don't want to hear this shit, bro. And then they scream racism when it comes to stuff like that. And you know what else they do? Same people. They go ahead and bash Byron Allen for taking over the Stephen Colbert time slot on CBS with his shows Comics Unleashed. Byron Allen, in case you don't know who he is, black guy. But you know how they rationalize it? He's a billionaire. Yeah, as if there's so many black billionaires, number one. Number two, as if that even matters. And number three, the guy does nothing but shouts out Stephen Colbert and gives him praises for the legacy that he helped continue with the Late Show, which he ultimately fumbled. But here's the thing. It's not Byron Allen's fault that Colbert show's off the air. All he did was a business move and took the time slot for his cute show for and about comedy. But the same people calling Hinchcliffe a racist and bashing Kevin Hart for not standing up for blacks over the George Floyd joke are the same people bashing the black guy who worked from nothing to be a billionaire that took over a time slot that vacated due to some other guy losing his job. None of it makes sense. And it's not supposed to make sense. It's just supposed to keep us arguing with each other. That's all it is. But hey, whatever. Comment, click, bait, all this stuff. Do it. Because you know what it's ultimately about? The moolah. The munyan. Yeah. And I you know what? If you don't like the game, get out. If you don't like the game, put the ball down. Sit on the bench for a little bit if you want to go ahead and sulk about how not fair it is. But if you really don't like the game, beat it, kid. Scram. We don't want to talk to you. Get out of here. Really, because it's about the munyan. That's what it's about. And me being here 3 years in LA, Another lyric comes to mind that's a core memory of mine of Lil Wayne when he goes, I know what they don't want to tell you. Just hope you haven't sent and you're hell proof. Young Money. Also, a core memory in my head that I replay just like that in his voice as well. I know what they don't want to tell you, but in a way you know. But most people either don't care or they like the feeling of being outraged. They like the feeling of their voice mattering with their dumb opinion that's usually wrong. Remember back in the day when wrong opinions weren't so heavily accepted or encouraged? Nowadays, wrong opinions are just like, here you go, baby. And then you have people behind them. That's right. Like with wrong opinion, with clear wrong opinions, such as I don't know. Let's say the Maui fires or something. The Maui fires and how the government kind of let it happen, and then some dude will be like, "No, it was because of climate change and the sunbeam, and it was bound to happen, and the people were wrong about it to not blah blah blah." And then people are just like, "Yeah, fucking random guy. Yeah, that sounds like it makes sense if you don't think about it." Like, that is what is happening now. The kid, the guy who killed that poor Spanish chick, that guy David, the singer. It was clear that he killed the girl. They found her in his trunk. He didn't try to look for her for months. And before he's arrested, which took forever, by the way, before he's arrested, people are just like, there's no evidence. There's no evidence he did it. You can't, no, he didn't do it. There was no evidence. That's why they haven't arrested him yet. And people are just like, yeah, like, clearly wrong. Clear. And that's one of those things that you should just, if you're not sure about it, just shut up and just wait, because that's the thing that if you're wrong about that, your opinion really is dog shit. And your life probably sucks because of your decision making and lack of discernment for situations of your own self. If that's how you look at clear situations outside in pop culture that are clearly wrong. Come on, man. We have too much freedom and too many opinions and too many assholes with opinions and freedom. But hey, that's what freedom is all about, right? That's what freedom is all about. Because once you give them an inch of regulation or control of the internet and our opinions and freedom of speech, there's gonna be the evil side that's gonna be like, oh, okay, you found a loophole to regulate that. Well, then we want regulation as far as this as well. And since you already legalized it and that and found that loophole, I'm sure this loophole is the same caliber and blah 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 blah. So we just have to let the floodgates stay open when it comes to everything. Internet, guns, just everything, dude. And that's just the way it is, man. Find your own way to get your money from it. Take care of yourself, your family. Try to keep a 7 mentally and emotionally. And hopefully one day your bank account will be at a 10x. And then just let the crabs in the bucket be crabs in the bucket. Because that's what crabs are supposed to do when they're in a bucket. Be crabby. Damn, we're coming in strong, boy. Mm. Other than that, my life's been pretty good. I know the last episode I dropped was like in March, end of March or something. We are in end of May. But since then, it was busy, man. I did the Netflix is a Joke festival. which episode I forgot what number, but it's called Double First that I dropped like 2 years ago. I said that I was gonna do this Netflix festival, and I spoke it into fruition, and I did, and I made it happen. And shout out to Crack 'em Up Thursdays for putting me on their Netflix show, which I probably should have also manifested me not eating a dick on it. I probably should have manifested me doing a little better than what I did, which I didn't bomb, but it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. I tried to do something that I worked on before and literally did well on at every other show before the actual Netflix show. And it worked. It worked good. And then I did it on the actual day, and it didn't work the way that it worked at the other shows, and I was disappointed about it. That's it. It happens. Was it gonna make or break me? I don't know. Probably not. All right. But I still gave it my all, and I still was happy to be there, happy to be a part of it, happy to be in town for it because it really is just brings life to the city and to the scene. And I'm glad that all the after parties were at the Comedy Store, which I can consider like a second home now, man. I love that place, and I'll always love that place, and I will always love that place. So did that. Did a bunch of shows with Akash Singh. I love that guy. Been very master class experience to just see the way that he moves, and as far as comedy, of course, writing, and just his career. You know. Now, when it comes to the boys and the gang, we keep things on a tight leash with a tight cover. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of haters out there, and you know who you is. They're in my backyard actually, who like to hate on the kids, so who like to hate on the king, and we can't let that happen anymore. Matter of fact, we ain't letting nothing happen. Nothing's gonna happen, right? If something does happen, we know nothing about it. That's all it is. But anyways, I'm with Akash now, and that's Bros, that's Broski, and yeah, that's what it is, man. It's been a good experience with that, and we've been all over. We've been to Canada, San Francisco, San Diego, a bunch of places, man. I love it, love it. South Carolina, North Carolina. Shout out to Charleston, South Carolina, too, man. That is a surprisingly dope city. Super cool, super vibey. A lot of partiers. There's only two speeds in Charleston. It's either married with children, and that's your whole life. Every picture that these people post is with their spouse, with their kid, literally, or single or divorced and sloppy ass drunk. Which actually, the other side is sloppy drunk too. Sloppy drunk is pretty much the foundation of whatever side you are. But that's the only two speeds in Charleston. And of course, a lot of blonde haired, blue eyed people. It was great. It was good seeing that, right? That's never scary. But great food, man. Great food, great vibe, great just town. I love Charleston. I got to go back. Didn't get to hit the beach, but I could smell the beach breeze from where we were at, and it was incredible, man. But yeah, other than that, what else I did? I just moved here to this new place, and just everything's been good, man. Everything's been blessed. Thank God for that. Because stuff can be up, and then stuff can be down, as you know. When it's up, it's up. When it's down, it's really down, isn't it? Man, it's just like a comedy, like a dramedy, really. When things are up, it's, it's great, right? But when things are down, you're just like, I think I'm gonna jump and see if I can fly, right? Not literally, not literally, but shit's hard, bro. That's why you gotta try to remember the important things in life. This is not all. Even though I really love being a part of this game. I really love being a part of the comedy world, especially now. It's a great time to be a comedian. I really like just maneuvering through this room full of vultures, right? But it's not the most important thing because when you really take a second and you, let's say, you go on vacation or go visit your family, which I do every so often, they get older. You haven't seen them in even 6 months. You go back, grandma can't walk the same really, or grandfather lost a couple more teeth. Just people just getting older, and then you looking in the mirror and you're like, oh shit, I'm getting older too. Oh my god, birthday's right around the corner, and you're just like, man, you know what? I gotta make some time, not just for the grind, but for myself, because this is a slave ship here. This is literally a voluntary slave ship that we do and accept. I'm not gonna be here like this all day trying to entertain people. I'd rather go on stage and feel it, see it, touch, reach. Here I'll do it because I have to. That's really what I like doing this, and that's why I made this little permanent setup here for this podcast area, literally 10 inches away from my bed. But it has to be fun. It has to be fun for me. It has to be fun in order for me to do it just consistently, and I gotta know that y'all like it too. I don't care, but I do care, obviously. And obviously, the more exposure I get, I'll find people who like it. Who, you know, my demographic is cougars and big girls. That's the more of them see me, the more fans I'll have. Let's be honest with ourselves here, right? But then other dudes like me who grew up similar to me or who just looking for a little extra pep in their step so they get a little inspo from the kid from the Miami King himself, you know? Because all it takes is confidence. All it takes is that bravado. That I don't even like to say aura no more because the whatever these new generation is stole it for their stupid ass streaming shit. But anyways, you gotta take time for yourself. Make sure that you stay happy. Make sure that you still maintain that 7 without this, without being on a ball and chain to the metaverse. Because it's only going to get worse, man. It's only going to get worse. Only a matter of time before they start AIing all of us and we all have a podcast via AI versions of yourself. And then all the 23andMe's that y'all submitted, they actually make a real clone out of you, and it's just like a retarded version, a more retarded version of you, of just doing whatever it is that they want you to do, walking on red carpets or going to your job and oiling up the machines that took over your real job. We coming back hot and heavy, boy. Hot and heavy. That's the only way to come back, man. It's summertime. Hot town, summer in the city. Dun, 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 looking pretty. Hot town, summer in the city. Dun, 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 dun. Your money. Other than that, dogs is good, family's good. Life is good, man. So with that, man, I'm gonna go get something to eat, bro. Is there one more thing I want to talk about? Not really. I mean, there's so much going on. Shout out to the Knicks, balling out of control. The Knicks, but teamwork makes the dream work. Jalen Brunson, balling out of control, and now today is going to be the decider whether the Spurs or the Thunder win. I don't know. We'll see who wins, bro. Thunder playing hard, but I guess everybody wants to see that tall alien guy on the Spurs play against the Knicks. Wemby Yama. That guy doesn't look the way that he sounds, right? He's like French or something, right? Imagine you just see this 7 foot guy walking to you, black guy just walking to you like he's like a tall alien, and he looks down on you like, "Hi, sir, welcome." He's like, Welcome. Do you have baguettes? So, I am from where the Eiffel Tower. Just a weird. I guess it's not. I guess it's not weird. I guess it's just me. That's. I guess I haven't seen too many tall French black guys. But shout out to him if he wins, man. Either way, it's gonna be a hot NBA Finals. It's gonna be action packed, and I can't wait for football to get here. Let's go, buddy. Yeah, man. So, anyways, if you're in Florida, come see me. Say what's up to your boy. I'll be out and about. St. Louis, come see me. I'll be out and about. More dates to come as usual. You can find me at the Crack 'em Up every Thursday at the Comedy Store, 10 p.m. I'll be pre-hosting that again in a couple weeks. I think on the 14th or 28th of June. I can't remember right now. But other than that, this is it. We back, baby. We back, baby. Your boy. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and everything at Dean_Gonzalez with a 3. You already know. And take care. Have a great week. End May off with a bang, all right? See you later. Mad at the world. Let's go.